All right, Shalom, Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and women who follow. So this is the brother Karatazah.
You call them up.
From the Nebraska camp, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord's word is edifying, and not sure what we're gonna call this right now, but you see the name of the lesson, and we're just going in on this UN Pact or the Pact for the Future. All right. So we got an article. We got some hot points that we want to touch on this, and it's a lot of information. So Lord's will, this is edifying, and without further ado.
Let me get it. Okay, so this is from Al Jazeera, and it says the name of the article is "What's the UN's New Pact for the Future, and Why Did Russia Oppose It?" So that's the name of the article. It says, like many UN documents, it's packed with big goals, but it's short on specifics about how to achieve them, and its passage snubbed Moscow.
Right, because you have all these. It's going to get into it, but just the short end, you have all these countries coming together to make what they call a pact for the future, but Russia not with that shit, and you have a few other countries, and we're gonna see why they're not with it. But hey, like I said, those what is edifying.
All right, this is dated September 24, 2024. So it says the United Nations General Assembly has adopted an ambitions pact that aims to make the organization more relevant and effective on the global stage in the 21st centuries amid mounting criticism over its failures to stop wars and to hold to account those who violate its charter.
Right. So you have the United Nations basically trying to flex their muscles, basically trying to be more hands on when it comes to their job and their responsibilities, and like show their face more, so to speak. Go ahead.
Russia and Iran were among 7 nations to oppose the Pact for the Future, but they failed to prevent the document from proceeding during the summit that ran to on Sunday and Monday. Let's take a look at the centerpiece document of the annual gathering.
Jump down.
Slovakia. Okay, it says next part says, "What's the Pact for the Future?" The UN describes the pact as "quote unquote" landmark declaration, pledging actions towards an improved world for tomorrow's generations.
Right, and this was one aspect that they said they're going to keep harping in on. You know, tomorrow's generations. You know, it's always about the children. It's always about making the world a better place. When they say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon you. Right? You got to look for that. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau is good at the Kansas City Shuffle. He's good at waving at you with his left hand and stabbing you in the stomach with his right hand.
Yep, and like you had mentioned earlier, just correlating with that statement that you made is what's going on in the midst of this going on here. You have the diddler going, you have that situation going on. So most individuals are not really keying in on this right here, which is way more important, way more vital,
Okay. This is going to have more impact on your everyday life than worrying about if P. Diddy going to get you with his baby oil.
Right, reading on, it says the lengthy text adopted by the 193-member UNGA includes a pledge to move faster towards achieving the UN's Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Agreement commitment on climate change. It speaks of addressing the root causes of conflicts and accelerating commitment on human rights, including women's rights.
Right. So they're trying to do that, basically that equality, for one for all and all for one. You know, trying to put everybody on the same level. That's another uh, recurring theme in this. You know, and there's never been equality. You always had rich, you always had poor. You always had fat, you always had skinny. You always had tall, you always had short. You always had pretty, you always had ugly. What does the scripture say that the Lord made with two and two?
Two and two. That's right.
Nobody's so everybody being equal. It's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. That's the whole meaning and the whole premise of a dog eat dog world. Only the strong survive
Right.
because if the strong, that's with the oil. You know what I'm saying? If I'm required, if I filled up my oil, but he didn't fill up his oil by this, I'm required to give him some of my oil, and then none of us make it.
Right.
You know, I don't want to jump the gun too much because there's a lot in this article, but I'm gonna go ahead and let the brother read.
Con. Uh, Reading on, it says it includes two annex documents called the Global Digital Impact, dealing with regulating artificial intelligence.
Right, and when they say regulating artificial intelligence, it makes it sound like they're saying, "Oh well, it's getting too big. We need to like be able to suppress it or something like that." No, it's just basically saying
Yeah.
we're gonna use it wherever the fuck we want to use it, and however we want to use it, wherever we want to use it, on whoever we want to use it on.
That's right.
It's just how they're gonna regulate it. You know, you know, they can use because I think AIs are it like its brain capacity is doubling every second or something like that. You know, it's crazy the amount of information that they have, and then all the information that they're still getting, and they can use these AIs to get in your life and get all your personal information and all of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So this what's it called, the singularity. And the singularity is everybody basically being on the same page at the same time. So how would they do that? You would have to be inclusive. I said that word for a reason. You would have to be included in the singularity. Okay, you would have to tap in. Go ahead. I ain't going.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, you know, it says in the Declaration on Future Generations, which pushes for national and international decision making to focus on securing the well-being of generations to come.
There you go again, man. They always talking about the children. It's always for the kids. Do it for the kids. You know. Oh, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that here in America, it's illegal to have what's called a monopoly. So let's get this point real quick.
We get into the word monopoly on the etymology line from the 1530s. It says exclusive control of a commodity or trade.
Right. So if you're the only person in the country that sells oranges, and they have to go to you to get an orange, it's pretty much illegal. You have that exclusive control of that commodity. Or if you're the only one sanctioned to make playing cards, and they want to play spades, they got to go to you to get
Yeah.
some playing cards. You can't do that. But Esau is trying to get a monopoly on mankind. He wants everybody to be one. He wants everybody to be under him and his system, with him as as God, as the scripture says.
Was that Second Thessalonians?
Kind.
Con. That's right. And it says, reading on, it says from Latin monopolium, from Greek monopolion, right of excessive sale, single, alone,
It's exclusive sale.
Exclusive Slocky.
Yeah, exclusive.
Right of exclusive sale.
It's mine. I own everything. That's like when you're playing the game Monopoly. The whole idea of the game is what? To own all the properties. You exclusively control all the properties. And Esau is trying to exclusively control mankind. And this ain't the you got something?
No, you go ahead. I did have something, but it's
This ain't the first time he tried to do it. We're gonna go over some examples of um, even the first time it wasn't Esau, but it's still an example of a heathen trying to take over the world. So, Baba Kushai,
that's right.
Pinky and the Brain style.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 4. It says, "And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top that may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord Yahweh said, Behold, the people is one, and they all have one language. And this they begin to do."
Yeah. So, they started building this tower, all right, the Tower of Babel, which is confusion, right? And what did it say? The people all have one language, and I don't know if you read that. It says nothing will be restrained from them.
No.
Go ahead, read.
Read on. It says, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do.
Right. So they're really, like spitting in the face of the Most High, saying, well, it's basically it's control. The Lord ain't running this show. I'm running this show. I can build a tower so high we can be on eye level with the Most High. It's hubris.
Yeah.
It's go back this word hubris real quick. Not humorous. No, U.S. Sorry, I can't. I guess I can't spell. Let me use Google.
But that has me thinking of a point that you made.
Oh, it's IS. Okay.
Is like even during the time of Daniel, during Nebuchadnezzar, right? Man, there was a point that I wanted to make within that. Damn it escaped me. So I can. Well, it was pretty much going into how pretty much if you don't do what I say, pretty much that because Nebuchadnezzar was in the spirit of essentially fuck your God until your God can do something beneficial for me.
Yeah.
But essentially, like the point that you made was like, it's me, and and it shows that nothing new under the sun, especially when Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is he's always been that way. He's always been jocking for what the scriptures say that Godhead. He's pushing for Godhead, that top spot,
Calm. I think we finally got this. Yep. Yeah, it's this second meaning. Go ahead.
Okay, Colin. So you get to the word hubris and the etom online. Just jump into the second definition. It says originally presumption toward the gods.
Right. So when you're speaking about hubris, and it gives a little bit better definition over here.
Right, which says excessive pride or self-confidence.
That's really what it is. The pomp. He has raised himself up. You know, so is it the same as arrogance? The two are closely related and synonyms to each other. It's arrogance, you know, to think that you're on the level of the Most High, to think that you can control people or have the ability or the responsibility or you know the gall, the audacity to control what all these people should do, what's best for them, and that's what that's really what this whole U.S. or UN pact is about. It's about the United Nations as a independent entity making, what did it say, international decisions, okay, for you and your family. All right, so and it's going to get into it. Ah, I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to jump the gun.
Let's get to it. Let's get
Let's
to it.
let's go.
All right. So read back in the article. It says we are here to bring multilateralism multi multilateralism back from the brink.
Right, which that multilateralism. All right, it's just an alliance of multiple countries pursuing a common goal.
Uh,
So everybody teaming up, like it shows right here. They got the world on a string. Cause why? Cause we're all fucking puppets and they're the puppet masters. But it's basically everybody working together. What does that sound like? A new world order, a one world order.
yeah.
It's the great reset. Okay, based on the principles of inclusivity. There goes that word again. Everybody being inclusive. All right, equality. Those are buzzwords. Inclusive. Everybody being included and everybody being equal. Well, guess what? Everybody don't need to be included. Everybody don't want to be included. All right, and equality as well. Everybody's not equal.
Right.
You know, if you got a woman, as we said before, if you got a woman and she's 107 pounds soaking wet, all right, and you put her on a construction site, and and you trying to require her to pick up a beam that weighs just as much as she do, guess what? It's probably not going to happen. And guess what? You're going to fall behind because you don't have people who are qualified to get the job done.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Um, did we read that? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I read the
The first part.
Yeah, the first quotation.
All right. Oh, so I wanted to. All right. I'm gonna let you read, brother.
This is I'll read it again. It says we are here to bring multilateralism back from the brink. Security General Antonio Guterres told world leaders gathered at the UN headquarters on Sunday. Now it is our common destiny to walk through it that demands not just agreement but action.
Right. Right. So it's their. It's our These are the words, man. Our common destiny, inclusivity. What was that? Equality.
Yeah.
When you hear these buzzwords, it should be pinging in your mind. You know, it says that the man is not just an agreement, but action. Hey, we're not just going to be talking about this shit. We need to be doing it. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about multilateralism and both inclusivity and equality. Because in order to do that on a worldwide scale, you have rich countries like America, like Britain, okay, like Germany, France, and then you have poor countries like uh, Haiti, like countries in Southeast Asia, like the Philippines and Thailand, uh, you know, uh, South Africa, shit,
Mhm.
you have these countries who don't have as much. So guess what? In order for things to be equal, the people with more gonna have to give to the people who have less.
Right.
All right. If they can't grow enough crops to sustain themselves on the same level as another country, then guess what? Then everybody got to give a portion to them so that they can, and it doesn't work.
Mhm.
And it's been shown that it doesn't work. So now we can get Daniel chapter 2,
Let's start from 41.
41.
This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 41. It says, "And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay."
Right, right. And you have the iron mixed with that miry clay, which is talking about what? It's talking about the European Union. And you have strong countries, it's like France and Germany, Britain, countries that were standing on their own. But you had those weak countries, which is the PIGS acronym: Portugal, Ireland, Italy, Greece, and Spain, who went through those financial woes, right? And what happened? The countries who were still doing good had to dig in their own pockets to bring them up. And guess what? It hurts. Going back to the example that I gave, I don't know if I gave it on the recording or if I said it earlier, but with the oil, you know, if and as the scripture references, you know, to trim your lamps and to bring oil with you,
Right.
you know, and five were wise and five were foolish. Five bought oil and five didn't. Well, under this new pact for multilateralism and all this other BS, the five wise will be required to give oil to the five foolish, and then what? Now nobody makes it.
At least I have not enough for myself also, and you and me also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So guess what? The mother countries need to go to the sellers and buy. But there's a fucking systematic oppression going on. So these smaller countries can't get up. You know, look at Haiti. Haiti been down for hundreds of years, but they can't get up. Why? Because they're under America's thumb, and America won't allow them to get up. Because you mean to tell me they're on the same island? Well, it's like it because it's the curses as well. Definitely, it's also the curses as well. But figuratively speaking, they're on the same island as Simeon. You know,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
they're on the same island as the Dominican Republic, and they can't at least get on that level. No, they don't want them to be on that level. Esau has them down. Why keep them down? So you put in your puppet rulers. They put in those people who are going to adhere to their agenda. That's why they, you know, enact war in all these countries and uprisings so that they can put in a ruler. Now this nigga, he's stealing money. He's making himself wealthy and keeping the people down, keeping them economies down, so that when this broad sweep comes along, everybody just falls in line.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna have countries who are, like it says, and this is not talking exactly about like the whole world, but it is a comparable example. Just want to let you know about that. This is talking strictly about the European Union, but in the sense of the whole world, it would be the same deal. All right, I just want to as a sidebar.
Yeah, because hey, there's no new thing under the sun. Just like with these different empires that came, they did some of the same type of deals. It's just a new age. Things are put with a new name. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same type of deal. Like even with like Babylon the Great, America took on a lot of the customs of Rome. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Or certain customs of Babylon. I know for Rome it took on like certain parts of English, Latin, different languages. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's no different within government, with the governments and how they do things. You
okay,
know,
okay. Well, hey, let's get this real quick because it's all is nothing new under the
you
sun.
understand? Kind of. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 41. It says, "Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people."
Right, because it's easier. It's easier to control everybody if everybody's speaking the same language, everybody's serving the same God, everybody's making the same amount of money, everybody has the same responsibilities, and then call it equality. Well, what if I'm working harder? And what if they're lazy? I deserve more. Well, what if I got a family of seven and they got a family of three? Do we get the equal amount of food? Because it's not equal,
Right.
you know?
And it's never been equal. It's never going to be equal.
No, exactly. Con.
Period, point blank, man. You know,
Hey, because why? Can we get this real quick?
there's always going to be like an illusion of that you are equal, but when you get into the terms and conditions, you realize
Right.
it's not truly equal.
Con.
This is the book of Sirach. What chapter is this?
33.
Okay, yeah, kind. The book of
Start at 10.
Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 10. It says, "All men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth."
Now that's equal. All men are from the ground. Okay. That's where it begins. That's where it ends.
Right. We all started equal. It says, "In much knowledge, the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse."
That's where it begins and ends, is with us all being from the ground. All right. Because with much knowledge, okay, the Lord has divided the different nations. Matter of fact, did we finish that in Genesis? I don't feel like
No,
we
I
did.
don't think we did. No, we didn't.
Yeah, well, let's finish this in Genesis.
We were at verse 6. Well, Genesis chapter 11 and verse 6. It says that the Lord Yahweh said, "Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do."
Con. Go ahead.
It says, go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech.
Yeah, so the Lord had to mix them up, okay, and separate the languages. All right, he had to divide them. All right, so why? So that they can have diverse ways, because we don't all need to be one people. All right, that's what's that called? That's called segregation.
Segregation.
There's nothing wrong with segregation. All right, that's righteous segregation. It's not saying it's saying that yeah, you got your own land, do what you're gonna do on your land, but just don't come over on mine. It's not saying well, I got all the water and there's no water over there, so you can't have none of my water because that's what Esau was doing during segregation. You know, I got some good water here. You can take this nasty, dirty water. You know, that's unrighteous segregation. But saying here, I got a square of land, and I'm gonna slice it into four halves or four quarters. That's segregation, but that's righteous. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I was thinking about even like you said, it's be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That's a segregation within itself.
Exactly.
Righteous segregation.
Right.
No, reading on though in Genesis 11 and verse 7, it says, verse 8, it says, "So the Lord Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city." Therefore, is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord Yahweh did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord Yahweh scatter them abroad upon all the face of all the earth.
Yeah, man. And now they're trying to undo what the Lord did. Okay, starting with this pact for the future.
Right.
If you want to look to the future, just look to the past, because this ain't a new concept. Like we've been saying, there's nothing new under the sun. It's been done. It's like it's been attempted. With Nimrod, with Antiochus, and now again, with today's so-called elite. The Rockefellers, the goddamn
Right, for all the DuPonts,
Rothschilds,
kind of
the Rothschilds,
Rothschilds, yep,
so on and so forth.
ruling the league.
All right.
And that's essentially that's what they're pushed for. Because I forget which one of them said it. What was it? Pretty much give me. How's it go? Pretty much.
Oh yeah. I care not about the laws of the land. Give me control of the money, and you give me control of the money. I care not about the laws of the land, or something like that.
Yeah. And even within that statement, to a sense, they still control what goes on. So they want things to go a certain way according to their agenda, like we mentioned often from the elder apostle on down, is the MOTB, making everybody one. That's a plan of the ruling elite. That's just rolling down the hill through different laws, different statutes, different parts of the Constitution that we have now today. So and this is this is it right here with the brothers going into the pact, man. You know, yep. It says, "Give me control of a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes the laws." And in that statement, pretty much saying, I really don't care about the people. Essentially, I don't care about what happens to these people. You do whatever, you know, whatever you want to do. Go ahead. We're gonna see about it anyway, but go ahead. You got it. If we don't like it, we'll say something, but do your thing. That's just the world that we're living in now is like essentially is gonna that same mindset of the ruling elite is gonna roll down into who they have governing over these cities and states. So eventually there's gonna, okay, we need to do this because X, Y, Z. We need to get control of all the money. We need to get everybody in tune with this digital system. So on, this whatever they want to do is what's going to happen, and we see it via through the news, man. They're planning to do things that's gonna, like we mentioned earlier, how I mentioned our this common. So pretty much you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Whatever they dictate for you is what it is, or you can oppose.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a good point. And I just want to hit that point one more time. We can definitely get back into where we was at in the article, but I just want to highlight one point. Did we? Oh, we may not have gone through it yet.
Yeah, we didn't get too far. We got
Yeah.
a couple short paragraphs.
Okay.
Yeah, we read through that. Yeah, we didn't hit this part.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's just go on here then.
Okay. So it says, back in the article, it says, does the pact spell out how it'll make the world better? Not really, as is often the case with UN resolution and pledges. The pact of the future is packed with lofty goals and commitments, but it's thin on actual realistic steps that the body can take to implement its own vision.
So it's empty promises, basically. Go ahead.
The document asserts that nations will end hunger and eliminate food security.
How? How? Well, I'll tell you how. All this corn that they're making here in Nebraska, guess what? It's going all around the world, you know, and places who are getting, say, like you're a guy in South Carolina, and you get 200 pounds of corn every year. I don't know why, but you get 200 pounds of corn every year. Well, they have to make enough corn to supply everybody, right? And as long as they're making, as long as we're growing enough corn, I can get my 200 pounds. Well, now, if half the corn that's made in Nebraska needs to go overseas to Algeria, well, there's less corn that's available, and I still need my 200.
That's right.
So in order for me to get my 200 pounds, now what's going to happen with that corn that's still left? That price is going to go up because why? Supply and demand. There's less corn available. So guess what? The corn that is available is more valuable. So it's going to be at a higher demand. But they want to make everything equal. So they might suppress the price of corn. But now you, as the farmer, are making less because you're regulated by their system. It's a lose lose situation on everything. But they're gonna uh, serve you shit and tell you that it's a honey bun. You know, if I guarantee you right now, anybody in the world who is starving and had an opportunity not to be starving wouldn't be starving. Okay?
Who voluntarily wants to start?
Nobody voluntarily goes into famine. Okay? And if they could afford it, food, they would. But guess what? They can't. So if what you're trying to say is the people who have it have to give it to the people who don't. It sounds like the humanitarian thing to do. But at the end of the day, it's not everybody else's responsibility. It's on that government to bring the people up. But going back to what I said before, the puppet leaders, the people who are paid off in office to suppress everything, to keep everything on the low and down underneath Esau's thumb, now you have poverty. Because I'm sure there could be some kind of economic boom in everybody's area in one way or another. Agricultural, they could bring in the technologies. Hey, call on Yamashima because that's exactly what happened in Japan after the Second World War, and America dropped a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and all the other cities was like firebombed. Japan was devastated, and in order to bring it back, America gave Japan the technology industry. And now you have all these Sony, all these Vizio, all these TV, all your electronics come from Japan now, and it's a booming market. So you can give these industries to these countries that are struggling, and there can be an economic boom.
Yeah.
But they'll never do that. They would never do that. If you give the people in Haiti, you know, the ability to make to do like a Silicon Valley and give them proper training, they would flourish because each one could teach one. You teach you come through you do a sweep, you train up you train up 50,000 people, and now you got jobs all over Haiti, and people are going to need customers, or it's like people are going to need workers for them, and now those people are training those people, and guess what? You would have a technological boom. But Esau would never do that.
Yeah, because at a point in time, those individuals that you set up and put in a good position, they're going to want to venture off. Especially if they see success. They see
But
success, they see expansion.
even if they venture off, that's fine because they're just gonna hire more people and train more people, and it's gonna be good. It's a free market. It's not a monopoly.
Exactly. Kind of.
You know,
Okay.
you can go off and do your own thing, and you it's gonna make you some money, but you're also gonna employ more people. So more people are gonna eat off of your knowledge or whatnot. That's how you could end world hunger and eliminate food security and all of that jazz. But no, what Esau wants to do, he wants to tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna make an impossible whopper. We're gonna take doo doo and make food out of it. Here, you know those wasps that you hate, those wasps and those mosquitoes and all that. Yeah, yeah, that's dinner. That's how we're gonna cure world hunger.
put them over, roast them over a light fire.
Yeah, they have. I seen this in Africa. They had all these little flies that was flying around, and they was killing them and killing them, and then they making little fly cakes,
big ass cakes and soups and shit.
Yeah, man, I'm not trying to eat that, but they'll tell you that's the solution. Yes. You want to be fair? Share your knowledge, Esau. Share all of that. How about you share that with the world? Because we almost 45 minutes in, but I don't know how much more we're gonna get in this article. It's so much information, but it goes in. It talks about how they want to. Matter of fact, let's get to that point real quick, and then we can come back to this. Yeah, can we read this real quick?
It says, reflecting growing dissatisfaction with deadlock and lack of global representation in the UN Security Council.
Right. It says, so basically, global representation in the UN. So you have a lot of people who are like, Jake, we don't have a representative in the United Nations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of Latin countries don't have a representative. A lot of Asian people aren't represented in the United Nations. So that's when they say that lack of global representation, they want to amend that, make that right. All right, Baba Rashad.
It says the document pledges to redress historical injustice against Africa as a priority.
And what is the historical injustice against Africa? Africa has been raped, robbed, murdered, plundered for resources. Everybody and their mama was
stripped of his resources.
Exactly. Esau has torn the continent of Africa apart, and they want to, with war and puppets and civil wars in countries and extracting resources and slavery and setting up colonies. You can't make that right. That's what we made right in the kingdom when you go down, Esau. But how would you make it right? You had to give them those industries. Just like America was made, and then we had that first, what was it called? The Industrial Revolution. Give these countries an industrial or some kind of revolution, to bring them on par. And since we're in the technology, revolution, give that to them. Give them a chance to be on the same playing field with you on these computers, this AI and all of that, and watch them accelerate. But no, you don't want to do that. Esau would never do that He's gonna want to do what? Keep you under his
He
thumb.
wants control of everything, man.
Yeah. Why would I make you smart when my whole goal is to make you a slave? Nobody wants a smart slave. That's why they killed you, or they chopped your foot off, or maimed you if you read, and they killed you for reading the Bible.
This just kind of has me know it has nothing directly to do with it, but in a sense it does because just thinking about these different Edomite rulers through these different empires, I'm so Nebuchadnezzar's on the brain. If you didn't bow down and worship what he had going on, it was over with for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same mindset that Esau has. Even when he put Daniel in rulership, or I won't say rulership, he put Daniel in a good position. No, Daniel didn't have full power of that kingdom.
Right.
He would never give him full power of the kingdom. Daniel was wise and he knew it. Daniel had power from the heavenly Father and he knew it. So I'm not going to give this dude no more power than he deserves.
Yeah.
I don't want him to surpass me. That's Esau Edom. You can't surpass me, goddammit.
Right.
This is my shit.
Right.
So that just brought that to mind, man. Because it's once again nothing new under the sun. Esau Edom's character has not changed, man. Right?
Kind of, hey, that's a beautiful point. So we're gonna get this and close it with this.
Okay.
To the spirit.
We want some
Revelation.
Revelation
15.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Hey, that's what the brother just said. If you're not going along with the get along, then you got to go. You can't come along. Right. It's a get down or lay down mentality. And when they go to enact this new world order, or whatever they're going to want to call it, this UN Pact for the Future, okay? If you don't want to use their AI technologies, if you don't want to be equal with everybody else, all right, if you don't want to be included in their exclusivity, okay,
right?
Then what? Then that's why they had a red list, the green list, and the blue list. Hey, and guess what? It's not just for America, because why? This is a whole wide world thing. Well, let's go. We're gonna say it.
Says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
Yeah, it's not just an American thing. He said all. Still small and great, whether you from America or you from Nigeria, all right, whether you from Great Britain or you from Liechtenstein, it don't matter.
Right. To receive a charagma in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right, and imprinted, I almost said it, cutting in the flesh, all right, that RFID in your hand, all right, so that they can control. We already said you got to be tapped in.
That branding.
It's a branding, but you got to be tapped in to their AI. You got to be tapped into their singularity. So that's your conduit to tap you in to their singularity.
Even when you go into that word killed, I believe in it was an etymology or something like that. One of the definitions, it might have been a regular definition. I seen it pretty much meant to be separated.
Yeah.
Not necessarily killed, even though that may happen, but it's separated. Oh, yeah, man, getting down, okay, then you on outskirts, pretty much.
Go fend for yourself.
That's right.
Ain't no microwaves. Ain't no microwaves in the wilderness. Ain't no hot pockets. Oh, it's a wild hot pocket.
Ain't no Pyrex dishes out there. That's right.
You can't go fishing for French fries. You know what I mean? Because people in this society are used to, just popping stuff in, pop a a Pop Tart in the toaster, and bam, breakfast. You know, go to the refrigerator, crack a couple eggs, and now I got some eggs Benedict. Well, guess what? In the wild, you would have to go find a chicken and then take the eggs, or find a bird and get. But you don't know how to climb no fucking tree. You've been sitting in the office for the past 13 years. You know.
Wholly dependent on the powers that be. Wholly dependent.
So what you gonna do? You're gonna say, "Oh fuck, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to take the mark." And same thing with these women, man. They want to go out in the cold. They folding with from their husband with a nigga when they got more money. So what they gonna do when the government come and put that pressure on them?
That's right.
That's what they say. They want pressure, right?
That's right.
Mhm.
That pressure.
Apply pressure, right?
That's right.
So what they gonna do when the government apply pressure? They fold.
That's right. Says, you want to finish it?
Yeah.
It says in that verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Yeah, man. That's you tapping into their market, man. To their singularity. You're tapping into their enterprise, to their new world order, to their uh, pact for the future, for their great reset, whatever phrase they want to use.
What is that multilateral?
Yeah, their multilateralism. All right, but it's all roads go back to that chick.
That's right. It says, here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 636.
Yeah, man, you a glorified what's it called, scan bar.
Yep, QR code.
You're a glorified QR. You're a walking QR code. That's all you are for Esau. And he's gonna monitor you. Because why? Because that AI that they're trying to regulate, all right, is okay. You can see your body temperature. You can see your heart rate, your blood type, your location on the map. Hell, they can probably hear your thoughts. Who knows?
That goes back to that biometrics.
They got your money on it. It knows all your purchases.
Signed, sealed, delivered. That's you. Your piece of meat.
For Esau.
For Esau. God, yeah.
But hey, it's a little bit more in this article. I'll put it in a link in the description. But did you have anything else you wanted to say, brother? All right. So with that being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and the women who follow. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.